friends, I'm Megan.
And I'm Jessie. And this is my pet rock.
Well, hello, Pet Rock. Does your pet rock have a name?
Yes, I call him Rocky.
That is a very appropriate name for a rock.
Thank you. I thought so. But, Rocky is a little boring for a pet. All he does is sit there.
Well, you will enjoy today's Bible story because God used a young man and a rock, probably the size of Rocky, to defeat a giant and rescue his people. Nothing boring about that.
Wow, he did that?
Yes, God is great at using small things and even boring things to do amazing things. Let me tell you the story from the Bible. Saul was the king of Israel, but he did not obey God. So God was going to give Israel a new king. God told Samuel to visit a man in Bethlehem. The man's name was Jesse, and he had 8 sons. God said that one of Jesse's sons would be the king of Israel. Samuel obeyed God. He went to Bethlehem to visit Jesse and his sons. Jesse's oldest son was tall and handsome. This must be the one God chose to be king, Samuel thought. Samuel, he's not the one, God said. Do not pay attention to what he looks like. You look at what you can see on the outside, but I see the heart. One by one, Samuel met Jesse's sons, but God had not chosen them. Do you have any more sons? Samuel asked. Yes, Jesse said. My youngest son, David, is in the field taking care of the sheep. Jesse sent for David. When David arrived, God told Samuel, "He is the one." Samuel poured oil on David's head to show that God had chosen David to be the next king. Then Samuel went home. At this time, Saul's army was getting ready to fight the Philistines. The Philistines were enemies of Israel, and they had a great warrior named Goliath. Goliath was very tall. He picked on the Israelites, but no one wanted to fight Goliath. They were afraid of him. 3 of David's brothers were in Israel's army. One day, David brought them food to eat. David heard Goliath making fun of the Israelites, and he saw that everyone was too afraid to fight. Even though David was young, he volunteered to fight Goliath. "You cannot beat Goliath," King Saul said. "I have killed wild animals," David said. "God will keep me safe." David picked up 5 stones from a nearby stream. He met Goliath with only the stones and a slingshot. Goliath made fun of David because he was just a boy. "You come to fight with a spear and sword," David said, "but I come to fight in the name of God. God always wins his battles." David ran toward Goliath. He slung a rock at Goliath, and the rock hit Goliath in the forehead. Goliath fell face down, and David killed him. David did not look like someone who could beat a giant. But David trusted God, and God gave David power. Jesus did not look like someone who could save people either. But when Jesus died and came back to life, he showed his power to rescue people from sin.